Hello guys and welcome! Today I will be doing a full unboxing, assembly and review of the new Asomtom Q7 pedal assist mountain bike. So I'm really excited to share this with you guys because I just got this bike in today and I've been really looking forward to getting this new electric bike. So without further ado, let's get started.
All the tools you'll need for assembling the bike come in the box, but I do suggest having a couple spare tools on hand just to make the assembly process that much easier.
On opening the box, you find another small box inside with the owner's manual. Just inside here you'll find links to the manufacturer's website where they have videos of the assembly of your new electric bike. As well as you'll find the specifications for your new mountain bike and lots of diagrams that have detailed images and instructions for how to assemble your bike. But in this video we will be assembling it together. Also in this box you'll find disc brakes and the warranty, as well as our 48 volt 2 amp charger, our headlamp as you can see here, we will be installing that shortly, the reflectors and some bolts, as well as our charging cable. After unboxing the bike, I had a quick look over it and I found that nothing was damaged during shipping, so that's really great. Now we're going to move on to taking off all the packaging, zip ties, to get our front wheel off first, and then we move to install the front handlebars. To do that, we're just going to need to unbolt the 4 5mm Allen key bolts on the stem. Now pick up your handlebars and make sure that they are not twisted in the wrong way. As we install the handlebars, you just want to make sure that it is centered within the stem. Next we're going to put one bolt to fasten it down, and then you can add the other 3 bolts. Before tightening down the bolts fully and doing the star-shaped pattern for the tightening, we will need to check the angle of the handlebars. So I like to keep the handlebars facing downwards at a 45-degree angle. This is pretty much alright. We're going to need to install the front disc brake onto the front wheel. Look at this thing. It's just gorgeous. You'll also need to grab the 6 Allen key bolts that are in the bag with the reflector. Now to install the front disc brake, simply line up the holes, put on the bolts, and tighten it down in a star-shaped pattern, just like we did the front stem bolts. Now that I have my bike flipped over, it's time to install the front wheel. But first we need to take off this plastic spacer. So first simply slide out the 20mm through axle, take off the locking nut, and pull off the plastic spacer. Now it's time to grab the front wheel and put it on. But wait, I forgot. There's this little plastic spacer in the disc brake that you will also need to take out. To place the wheel inside the forks, you might need both hands to open up the forks. Now simply slide the axle through, or tap it through, to the other side of the hub, and fasten it down with your lock nut screw. So marked on the bike you have the right and left pedal, but you can also see here there's a little R and there's a little L right there. So it's really easy to distinguish how to put your pedals on. And one spins one way and the other spins the other way. You will need to tighten down your pedals quite securely with a 15mm open-ended wrench. Another thing that we need to install is this rear derailleur guard. Simply undo these 2 bolts, tighten them down with the derailleur guard installed, and that's about it.
Optionally here you can install the rear reflector by simply undoing the quick release seat post, sliding on the rear reflector, and fastening it down.
When installing the light, make sure to fasten it quite tightly because you will be experiencing quite a lot of bumps and shakes on the road. To make sure this matches up correctly, it has a little knob here that fits in with the next one. And this is waterproof, so you're going to have to use a little bit of force to put it in. That being done, our bike is pretty much assembled. Now it's just time to remove whatever packaging is left and take the keys from the handlebars. This is the battery. To take it off, there's a little knob right here. You need to push in, turn, and then it will pop out. And to do the opposite, you just push it back in, it Locks by itself. Lock the key, pull it out, done.
So to charge the bike, we have a 2 amp 48 volt charger. It charges up to 54.6 volts. It can go 110 and 240 volts, so any plug will do. And over here it has a red light. When the red light goes green, it means it's fully charged. It takes about 6 hours to charge, and we just plug it in right here. So this pops open, turn that, pop it in here, good to go.
Now one last thing I forgot to mention was we might need to add air to the tires. So on the sidewall of the tire you can find the rated PSI for the bike. It says 20 PSI, but I like to keep the bike around 15, 17 PSI. And that being done, all we have left is to go out and go for a test ride.